What advice do you have for brands who, they're not necessarily happy with their growth? Maybe it's stalled or it's not going as fast or it's going in the wrong direction.
This is another thing I think somewhat unique to Amazon. There's so much great data out there, and a lot of it's coming from you guys at MAG, videos on how to do this, how to do that, right? But in 5 minutes, literally, you can create an ad campaign. And maybe it's to drive sales, but sometimes you just want to create an ad campaign to learn.
Mm,
Maybe you have a hunch that there's a customer group that may be interested in your product or your service or whatever you're trying to sell. And in a very low risk fashion, you put your daily budgets, right? Maybe you bid a little lower than what Amazon is suggesting you to bid on
usually that's the
keyword.
way. Yeah.
Sorry?
I said usually that's the way to go.
Yeah, usually that's the way to go. Back to that concept of you know what you know, you have to also understand what you don't know. There could be some customer groups out there. There could be some competitors that you're not thinking of that you can build campaigns around, again, in a very low risk way to try to learn something. Maybe you're going to get a lot of impressions. Maybe you're not going to get a lot of clicks. Well, maybe you raise that bid a little bit. Maybe
Mm.
your clicks go up and you start getting some sales. And suddenly you're learning something that you can perhaps replicate with other competitors. And that's just one example of what you could do. But I think it's really easy to do things like that, to try new things on Amazon. And in addition, not that long ago, our business, we subscribed to Helium 10, right?
Mm.
And I know there's a couple of other ones out there. Jungle Scout is probably the next. We use Helium 10. I don't have an opinion one way or another, which is better
It's
or
just what worked for you.
yeah, it's worked for us, right? And it's fairly cost effective. I think it's worth every single penny. There's so much data you can extract from Helium 10 that Amazon doesn't give you. And Amazon has gotten better opening their purse strings, so to speak, giving a little,
Yes.
right? They have, but they're still not giving you all the
It's
data
still
you
the tip of the iceberg.
it is, right? They have so much data. But with Helium 10, you really get next level data on your customers, on keywords that may work for you. And some of their tools, you put in an ASIN and suddenly here are the keywords that are proving fruitful to this ASIN of driving sales. So I think things like that, a great thing to try. They don't need a lot of time and effort. And like most of you, no doubt, I don't have all the time in the world, but with a little bit of time, just a little bit of thinking, and I don't like to use the outside the box thinking term, but yeah, at the same time, just maybe taking a step back. Do I really know who my customer is? Who are my competitors? Asking some questions like that may prove more fruitful than you think.
I know the Amazon grind can be overwhelming. From account issues to low traffic, it's a lot to handle. That's where my Amazon guy steps in. Scan the QR code or click the link, and let's work together to boost your sales and make your life easier.